At that time, I started searching for various exams and the procedure basically, because I knew nothing at that time. And then
Okay,
I
okay, okay.
went
Just,
through the.
just, just pause again.
Okay.
Okay, good evening, Swati, and welcome from Unacademy. Greetings from Unacademy. Congratulations from all of us for making it in the SSB for the Naval Selection Board. And so I would like you to share with the viewers, with a lot of aspirants, how has been your quest for defense services, as well as your journey, right? I'll ask you certain questions, know that can maybe amplify or clarify certain things which are generally the doubt areas of a lot of aspirants, right? So if you could
Sure,
just
sir.
share your experience.
Sure, sir. Good evening, sir, and thank you so much. And so, if I start with my quest to join the defense forces, the feeling for joining the forces was very much gradual for me. It was not, I can't quote a particular moment or a day on which I planned to join the forces, but starting initially while I was in my boarding school doing my senior secondary 11th and 12th. So at that time, there were various of my classmates who had their parents in the services, and since I was from a totally civilian background and had seen no one since my childhood in the services, so I was very inquisitive, and I gave it a thought that once in my lifetime I'll try for these. And while in my college in second year, by the end of it, while I was thinking that what I have to do next after college, which career path or which option I have to go forward with, so at that time I started searching for these various exams, government exams to be precise. And then I found the defense services to be best. First I went through the syllabus and I found it okay, I can do this very well. And then the interview procedure and everything, so I went through that, and I found it a bit challenging, because the rates were mentioned on the internet obviously are not that encouraging. But then I thought I can make it through if I try a bit and amend my things. So yeah,
If I may
with that
just
I.
interrupt you, said what
Yes,
was
sir.
it that no was challenging? Specifically, you said something you saw in the internet.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, sir, I went through the syllabus and the mock papers. So I found those written exams very easy. That even if with a bit of 2 or 3 months preparation, I can pull that off. I can clear that. But while the rates given on the internet, that interview, how many people get recommended
Okay,
or how
all
many
right,
people
all
make
right.
it through, or
Success
yeah. So
rate.
that I
Uh,
found,
uh, mm.
yeah, exactly. So that I found really challenging, and I thought that a bit of practice and everything. Okay, you shouldn't be buying everything on the internet. So at least. Try it, give it a try, you might get through. And I always had that feeling, okay, not in the next attempt or not in the first attempt, but at least one day I'll make it through. I shouldn't be thinking of which attempt I'll make it through. So that was one thing which I think that kept me motivated, rather than making me desperate for it. So yeah. So yeah, then I joined an academy. I got through in touch with the educators. I started preparing for the written exams, and then gradually for SSB. And I was blessed enough to be under guidance of one of the best educators and ex-service personnel, including you, sir. And with this, my motivation was increasing day by day. And by the time end of fourth year, when I started giving my SSBs, so at that time I think I was really motivated to join the forces, and I wanted this to be my first priority, and all these placements, college placements and everything, I kept it as my second priority. So yeah, that's how I was motivated.
All right. So exactly, what did you find challenging? You said getting through the interview was challenging. So
Yeah.
what exactly you found challenging, and how did you go about preparing that? Of course, you said you
Yeah.
joined an academy, and that definitely, without doubt, is perhaps one of the best platforms today for any aspirants. So, what was
Yes,
it
sir.
that you found challenging, and how did you negotiate those challenges?
Yeah. So to be precise, once I went through the whole interview procedure, I got to know I had never seen such an interview procedure in my entire life or heard of it even. So, sir, there were three parts, obviously the psychology, the ground task, or the personal interview. So I found initially found that every area needs to, I mean, you need to be your perfect. I mean, the best version of yourself. So I found that it assesses us on all the grounds available, and yeah, they'll get to know our whole personality too. So all in all, it's in personality development and not something a pen paper test or what you mug up and say in an interview. So that's something I liked at the same time and found challenging at the same time, to be perfect in each and every perfection of myself in each and every section. And I one thing was always there in my mind since childhood. I never wanted myself to be judged on totally on my merit basis, like what I write in my exam or answer sheets.
Merit
So
in the sense
that's why,
academic merit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Academics. So, sir, that really motivated me to, go for it or at least even give it a try because I found it really challenging as well as interesting. And once, after searching for the interview procedure and everything, once I started searching or studying about the life after you clear the exams or your training period or even after that, so I found that it was not totally a desk job or a job or a promotions would be based on what you write on paper like academic. It's not only academic thing or a desk job. So sir, even adventure is afterwards as well, and the things like once we start working we miss our college days or school days because of the co-curriculars we had mostly. So I found that these things will be continued even after. So yeah, and that motivated me, and yeah, that was the best I think. And yeah, that was at the same time the interview procedure was challenging, and to overcome it, sir, I did daily amendments like in my senior secondary I was not that physically fit because there were no provisions at all. So in my college I made sure that even if I'm involved in co-curriculars, I took care of my fitness to an extent. And then coming to the personality, for my speaking skills and everything, I took part in debates and everything, and I tried to enhance my communication skills. And apart from that, for the psychology and everything, I with the help of educators on an academy, I practiced and I practiced and I just kept a record of my time limit and everything, and rest I related it to my life. I just that thought intriguing procedure should be fast according to me, and I practiced a lot for that, and then I think so I was able to perform satisfactorily well. So yeah,
I
that's how
think
I went forward
you're
with it.
making a very important point. Also,
Yes,
you
sir.
thought and you try to relate it to your life. So that is where
Yes, sir.
a lot of aspirants they make a mistake. They try to uh, be an ideal person at that time. Whether as they try to respond in a manner which will be ideal to that situation. No, but they don't take into account, whether it is their person or their personality, which is
Yes, sir.
taking that, which is probably enacting that role. So they put somebody who is perfect, and they try to put that story forward. So that is where the
Yes, sir.
difference comes, where perhaps you relate it to yourself, and whether
Yes, sir.
no one is perfect. If you relate it to yourself, I think then there are pluses and minuses. Like said, no one is perfect, but you got to
Yes, sir.
uh,
Obviously.
realize about your own self, right? So how do you see that getting to know yourself, right? Uh,
Yes, sir.
did that really help you? And
Yes, sir. Totally.
did you find this kind of thing on an academy, getting to know yourself?
Yes, sir. Totally. So while I was giving my second attempt for Air Force at one AFSB Dehradun, I found during my interview time, I found that a lot of introspection in me was lagging and it was very much needed. And then after that, an academy was always there. And so you were always there to help us. And through your courses, I would say that introspection I was able to do. Like you never told us what was good or what was bad in us, but rather you gave us a procedure to, find it ourselves. So that helped me a lot. And obviously thinking us about each and every action of ours like on a daily basis, even of the smallest things or we decide upon or we do. So if we think that why we did that or why we want to do that, so I think so that helps a lot in introspection. And secondly, so relating stories to your life, for that I would say we can think of our even if our not own our personal experiences but of our friends experiences, looking into their lives or our family members lives or extended family. nuclear or joint family. So sir, anywhere we'll find those pictures or something similar happening, so we can very easily relate it to our lives or our known people, the people whom we know, their experiences. So that's how I tackled with that part. And introspection part, obviously sir, I got a lot of help from your courses and an academy as well. And for the knowledge part, an academy is always there. An academy is, I mean, whole combination, even if you want to go for knowledge or introspection or for written exams. So yeah, I totally took help from an academy. I did introspection myself, and while I also do meditation. So yeah, that also helped me. So yeah, that was it
So, I
for the
mean, I think that is
introspection and
something
everything.
that we are trying to do at an academy. We're trying to um, uncover the myths, rather remove the myths that are there. That you need to be perfect. It has to be something. So it has to relate to your life. And how you act your life every day, right? Of course,
Yes, sir.
if you do it in a better manner, of course, you're better acceptable. You're more acceptable rather than just trying to do it any which way. So it has to be a better version of yourself, no doubt. Now tell me something about as far as the screening part is concerned. No, that is becoming a very big challenge these days. Even you have perhaps
Screen out.
gone through the same thing. So
Yes,
the
sir.
screening part, I mean, what would be your, I would say, what would you like to tell your friends, other aspirants,
Okay.
your all two,
So
three experiences, right?
okay, sir.
What clicked and what did not?
Okay, sir. So I had given, this was my fourth attempt, and previously I had given three attempts. The first two I got conferenced out, and the third I got screened out. So basically I found the way to get through screening is, first of all, practice is very much necessary. I mean, you should one should or we should be able to complete everything in within the given time limit, be it the writing part or be it the narration part. So sir, I practiced it. And secondly, even if we practice at home and we are able to do it very well, if we are nervous at that time, then everything goes not according to what we had thought or what we had practiced at home. So, sir, first of all, I thought that you always say that strength of purpose is very much necessary. So, I always, in this attempt, I always had this thing in mind that if I want something so bad and I want it so much, then why would I let negative thoughts linger in my mind and then destroy my whole performance? So, even if I missed out on something, like in my story, obviously, at times it's not, I mean, possible to remember the whole story like you wrote it on paper or every action by action. So even if I forgot one, two actions or lines, I thought that the paper is mine, I have written it. So while I'm narrating it, even if I modify or forget something in between, it won't create much a problem, rather than if I think of it and then destroy, waste my time there. So
Absolutely.
that was the catch here. Last time I missed out on actions, and that made me really nervous, and then the discussion also didn't go that nice, so I got screened out. And the previous two attempts I was confident, so the narration was nice, the timing was nice because I had practiced it before. But the last attempt, I think so, nervousness is something which pulled me back. And then this attempt, even in this attempt, I forgot something of my story, like two to three actions, but then I didn't let it hamper my performance afterwards, and I participated in the discussion and everything went well, and I fortunately was screened in.
So I think that's very important. No, it's your story. You can always,
Yes, sir.
so long as no, you don't try to mug it up and then you narrate or vomit out a crammed up story. It is okay. It
Yes, sir.
helps. So long as you are putting it in your own words, that definitely helps. Even if you miss out on one or thing, that is perfectly all right. So at least you don't get stuck. So that is an important point, I
Yes,
think,
sir.
which
Yes,
need to
sir.
be noted by various aspirants, because people, they do try to remember word by word whatever they've written, and in that, in
Yes,
case
sir.
they forget, then then everything goes for a bun. So that
Yes,
is
sir.
as far as the screening is concerned. Any specific thing that you'd like to mention as far as your group tasks are concerned, or the psych test, the interview, anything specific that where you face the challenge, right? and how
Okay,
you were
sir.
able to overcome that?
Sir, psych went well. As such, I didn't face any challenge because mostly I related it to my experience or my friends' experiences, friends and family. And interview, there were intriguing questions. My interview went really for a long period of time, and there were various CIQs or set of questions to so to say. And yes, I forgot, like after answering fourth or fifth question, I used to forget what were the next three, four questions. So at that time, I initially was a bit hesitant in asking sir, but then I thought that I mean, it's not that problematic rather than leaving the whole bunch of questions. So I asked sir that, sir, have I left on something or missed out on something? So he used to say that first you think yourself, and once if I was not able to recall, then he used to tell me, and that was really smooth. I mean, it's better to ask than to ignore the whole part. So that was
Absolutely,
a bit
yes.
challenging. And then there are counter question rounds. So I basically had two interviewing officers in my room. I mean, the second sir was, I think so, for uh,
Supervising,
administrative or
yeah.
some other, yeah, supervising purposes. So yeah, he also asked me a few questions in the end, which were counter questions. So sir, dealing with it and accepting what's true at that time while the counter questions are going on, that helps the best. I mean, don't try to show something like, even if they are asking like counter questioning, don't try to show that, yeah, I'm perfect or I can come through this very easily. Just say what's true, and if something needs to be bettered upon, or something betterment needs to be done, then agree to it. Yes, I'll work upon it, or I have been working upon it. So that was something which helped me get through the counter question round. And in GT task, one thing I would say that what helped me get through the GT task was, um, two of the things I would like to mention. First was the knowledge part. I mean, work upon your knowledge, or also your confidence, because that really helps in GD and lecture it. Try to be precise while speaking, because you have to take your team along. Second point is my same, take your team along. Like, be it any task, be it any smallest of the smallest task, even if it's GD, someone who wants to try to wants to say something, is trying and is not able to get a chance, give them a chance. I mean, convince two to three members to let them speak. You don't have to shout and say everyone shut up, the one person needs to speak. But then you can convince obviously the one sitting beside you to let them speak. So
Absolutely.
take your team along, even while running or doing snake race or anything. Just take everyone along. Just don't leave someone behind, because you want to show yourself that you're fast, or you can climb upon obstacles very fast. So don't do that. Give your team members chance, even if you have climbed upon first two obstacles on the first position, then afterwards you can step back and give others a chance as well. So taking the team along, I think so, that's something I did, and I feel that helped me a lot. And even few of my team members who were not able to participate that much, they came afterwards and they thanked me that thanks for giving me a chance there. So at that time I felt that obviously my team felt that they were with me, so that was a really nice feeling.
So these things they do get noticed by the GTO, right?
Yes.
When you are doing, it's not that you try to show this to the GTO, but when it happens naturally, you actually
Yes,
genuinely
sir.
want to help somebody else. So these things are getting noticed by the SSS. I mean, particularly the GTO, right? So
Yes.
that is fine. Anything you would like to say, or something about the you know the documents part and corona or the COVID related certain
Yeah.
precautions that have been now added, right? That's of course become a part of the procedure. So anything specific that you found, because first two attempts perhaps you didn't, it was not a corona
Yeah.
time, right?
No, sir.
So
No, sir.
what
Not
are
at
the
all.
changes, and is there any specific problem that people are facing?
So, I would say, first of all, wearing a mask and a shield are compulsory in most of the centers. So, I would say, make it easy for yourself rather than making it more difficult. Don't put on a mask which is very much, it's not letting the air come in. So, you're not able to breathe in and speak comfortably. Rather, put a daily use mask, or, I mean, use and throw mask. And
Mhm.
even if it's lighter, then
Yeah,
you can put that mask on. And also you can, if you want, you can practice it on home by putting that mask and shield on, so that also gives you a real view, a real
real
insight into the
feeling, yes.
whole procedure. Yeah. And so apart from that, the documents, I think so most of the centers, do send a mail beforehand that what all documents are to be brought upon and needed. So a COVID certificate, I think so, or uh, a certificate by your practitioner and everything in the format given by the center, that would do. either of the two. So, and there are few undertakings which needs to be signed by your parents. So do that beforehand before you leave for your home, leave for the center from your home. So do that beforehand. And apart from that, most of things will happen with face shield and mask. So keep a few spare face shield or mask. You can have those, because even in the GD task, even in the interview, you need all of these. So so that just you don't run short of these. So keep these things in handy, keep sanitizer in handy, because we were told that every time we step out of a room we should have one sanitizer with us. Mask was obviously there compulsory. So keep these things with you, and you shouldn't be, running and looking through for your sanitizer or asking for someone, because that doesn't look nice if there's someone standing in front of you and you have to sanitize. So keep these things, and yeah, rest all instructions will be given by mail or something. So just go through those very carefully, and I think so it won't be that much difficult then.
Yeah, I know people have got used to it, gotten used to it now.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
still, I think it does make sense to keep these things in mind. Keep these things in mind.
Yes, sir.
Maybe get used to practicing speaking while the mask is on or the face shield is on, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is it. So wishing you all the best, Swati, once again, on behalf of
Thank you, sir.
Unacademy
Thank
and
you.
on behalf of all of us, right? So
Thank you, sir.
hope to see you in the white uniform. Hmm?
Thank you, sir.
So you cleared the
I
medical
wish.
also, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Almost there.
Almost there. Chalo. Okay, so wish you all the best and
Thank you, sir.
good luck once again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.